Hello, hello, hello. It is Dark episode for March 13th. I'm very behind my Don Quixote. God damn it. It's my own fault, but I am behind. And I just need to have some self discipline, I guess, and think about how much I want to get done by the end of the month. So today was puppy preparation day because we suddenly got a call yesterday saying, hey, guess what? You're picking up your dog a week early because the dog is ready to go. So I guess Theo is ready to come. So we were getting up at like 8 tomorrow and heading out to pick up the puppy as the sirens go off. Which meant today I kind of got the kitchen all cleaned up and put down the linoleum, the vinyl flooring over our carpet in the living room, and we put up the gate. So that is all set to go. Um, and yeah, I read a little bit of Don Quixote. I just wanted, there's something I've been thinking about because I always go through these phases in BookTube of like, how I'm feeling about it. God, there's lots of sirens going, so I'm going to put this as close as possible to myself at the moment. And there's something that like my wariness about the comments section, I think kind of stems out of what happened underneath the video that I've been talked about for 2 videos now about giving minority authors negative reviews. And that's that it got heated. I'd say it got kind of nasty in the comment section. And part of that was how Scott or Nell, whoever one is kind of handling the comment section, maybe both of them are, kind of handled people. And how those people reacted. It's interesting that Brian, I would say, probably handled himself the best in that he kind of stated his case. Said, like, I agree with you, but I just think you guys kind of really presented this poorly. They kind of came back with rah, rah, rah. He actually kept his cool on the matter and said, like, I'd really like to discuss this more. Is it okay if I mention your video in a upcoming video of mine? And they said, sure, fine, highlight us. It's like, okay. So, but yeah, there were others. Steve Donahue is a bit of, I love Steve Donahue. He is, I view him as a bit of a drama queen. I don't know how he would feel about me saying that. He's somebody who I think he wrote for opinion. He wrote opinion columns, like a columnist, where you can kind of, you need to be, have something to say every day. And Steve's always got something to say, and he's very passionate. And sometimes I feel like he frames things in the extreme. I mean, maybe he would view it as I'm pulling back the veneer and I'm exposing what you're actually saying, but sometimes I feel like he's maybe a little less generous than he could be when he's dealing with people. And Jason at Old Blues Chapter and Verse was also kind of, had fairly, I mean, it's hard to say because both he and Gunpowder Fiction Plot, whatever, they kind of escalated each. I feel like they escalated each other. And they got come at and they came back with more. And this may actually just be healthy debate, and they're all going to be fine again the next day. I don't know. It for me, uh, being conflict averse. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. It's just like, oh fuck, this conflict. I would just be like, no, 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 no. It's just not how I work, not how I could operate. If someone came at me this hard, I would probably try and diffuse things, or I would just ignore and block, which wouldn't be isn't great for spirited debate. Um, yeah, yeah. So, but it's one of these things of like I do worry. This is something like, when I worry about comment sections, it's that they that I would say something and it would go into it would devolve into this, into what felt like a bit of a yelling match back and forth between people that didn't really get anywhere, and I don't think helped communicate to the people themselves. Happily, semi hoping that maybe Brian will kind of carefully prepare a video and have some interesting things to say in there. I don't know if it's definitely, I mean, I've had my say privately to myself, just trying to work things out. And I don't think I've worked things out enough to ever to have particularly anything to say publicly. I think all I can do publicly is read what I'm going to read, try and engage with books by people who are not my own culture in a way that's hopefully respectful, hopefully questioning, hopefully humbly, and, you know, be curious and try and learn stuff. And that's not in a do my homework kind of way, but in a, oh, I wonder what that is, and look it up and hopefully come to greater understandings. That's my hope. But yeah, comment section toxicity, like, how, you know, comment section text back and forths. I've just, I've known this from the beginning of being on the internet, is that it can kind of devolve into people hurtling huge paragraphs at each other in a way that I hate. I don't want to do that at all. It's not my thing. People say, "Oh, I love it because I get into interesting conversations with people in the thing," but for me, it just becomes emotionally fraught, and it feels really crappy. I guess I'm a monologuist, probably to my detriment. All right, I will leave it there, and tomorrow, Theo. All right, more videos later.